Even with great grassland management, the need to spot treat can arise. We all know that extreme care is needed to protect the operator and the environment. Without this care and attention to detail from everybody involved, the farming community risks restrictions and possibly losing the ability to use certain pesticides. This short demonstration shows where some of the product appears when applied with a spot sprayer to help operators understand and see what they're dealing with. Using a basis registered agronomist, our trained qualified sprayer operator has identified the need for spraying and, using the product label, the appropriate dose. Wearing appropriate personal protective clothing, for example coveralls, wellies, washable rubber gloves and a face shield, our sprayer operator is now ready to spray. He's checked his knapsack is clean and in good working order and is safe to use. The appropriate chemical dose is mixed into the sprayer in a bunded area. He has avoided splashing any chemicals outside that bunded area. And we have washed out the measuring container and put the washings into the knapsack. The spray site has been checked for hazards, including watercourses, and the weather conditions have been established to be appropriate for spraying. For the purposes of this demonstration, we've used water-sensitive paper. The operator has sprayed the plant using an appropriate height above the plant and appropriate dose rate. Please note that there's no need to spray to runoff. Most product labels state that you should spray to before runoff occurs. You can see on the first piece of water-sensitive paper, which was attached to the target plant, that good coverage has been achieved. This should provide good control of this thistle. Further away, we can see again that some spray has reached these pieces of paper, but when we reach a distance of approximately 2 meters, hardly any spray drift occurs. This indicates that the spray operator is operating the machinery in an appropriate way. We should, however, note that some drift does occur even at approximately 2 meters away from the target plant. This is particularly important when we consider safety to adjacent water bodies such as streams, rivers and lakes. Now let's look at the contamination of the spray operator. When you're using a tractor mounted or trailed sprayer, the first line of defence would be the cab and mechanical controls. However, when spot treating, your personal protective equipment is your only defence. If we look at the water sensitive paper that's been attached to this spray operator, we can see that the lower leg, more or less at welly height, is quite heavily contaminated, whereas further away from this area there is much less contamination. This indicates the importance of wearing personal protective equipment. When spraying is complete, the contaminated spray suit should be stored in a designated contaminated waste bin and disposed of using a licensed waste disposal contractor. All sprayer operators, whether using handheld or large machinery, have a duty of care when using pesticides. Attention to detail in all areas of use is extremely important. Catchment sensitive farming operates in 80 catchments across England. Please contact them to find out more about reducing potential negative impacts on water quality.